Hello, my name is Hostess, and here's a new bot. Next week, Google Stadia comes out, and we definitely gotta talk about a few things about me already as an owner of the Founders Edition, and a few things that are coming out right now. Especially today, the Google Stadia finally is here, and the Founders Edition owners can now begin claiming their names as they pay 130 euros, at least here in Germany, to have, of course, the exclusivity of having a controller, the 4K UHD version of that Chromecast, and of course, 3 months of Google Stadia exclusive with an additional free months you can share with your friends. But next week, on November 19th, when the actual Google Stadia program will launch and people can start playing games with it, there are quite a few limitations. So let's go over a few things that bother me. First thing actually is that there are not that many games, namely only 12. So that's of course the cool games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Destiny 2, the collection, like the whole thing of course. We have Just Dance 2020, Samurai Showdown, the new trilogy of Tomb Raider, so Tomb Raider 2013, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Then we also have against Compa, Mortal Kombat 11, Kind, and Guild. And probably the most interesting of course will be Red Dead Redemption 2, because that will most likely be like the PC version, at least we hope, in nice 4K game quality and hopefully with 60 FPS, something that many PCs these days, even if they're like using the 2080 Ti cards, really able to produce, so are not really able to produce. So it's going to be interesting how these games will run, how the network latency will play into it, and of course how it will all feel like when it comes out. At least these 12 initial titles shouldn't be alone for this year. This year already, Google Stadia also announced that a few more titles are coming over to the service. These titles are, for example, Borderlands 3, Darksiders Genesis, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Farming Simulator 19, Final Fantasy 15, Football Manager 2020, Ghost Recon Breakon of course, the Ubisoft title Grid 2019 version, Metro Exodus, NBA 2K20, Rage 2, Trials Rising, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. And at least with Borderlands 3 I was thinking, was this supposed to be come out for the release version? Well, whatever. It will be coming this year still and at a later date. And we know, if you look at the website of course for Google Stadia, there's so many more games coming out the next year. Like for example, of course, Marvel's Avengers by Square Enix that will come to the platform, and many more titles. We even, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Watch Dogs Legion, when that will finally come out next year, probably. We're very cool, of course, Division 2 also following, hopefully soon. Other than that, I was still thinking, okay, there are lots of titles that are already out for a while, and I know that they have to go through some process of being, build for specifically Google Stadia, as Google Stadia is not using just DirectX 12 as a graphics API, they're using Vulkan. But there's a lot of few things that come on with that, and I have a special one for Destiny 2 later at the end of this video. One of the more interesting things is why we have to get specifically a Google Chromecast Ultra playing Google Stadia. And the real reason, as we know now, as the Google Stadia app is out, is that came out in a 9 to 5 Google article right now, that there's a new update coming to the Ultra Chromecast, which is not out yet for the regular Chromecast versions. This is specifically installed on that new Chromecast Ultra that would come with the Founders Edition package. This is another thing where I think, why can't they just like roll that out, especially for people that already have a Google Chromecast Ultra. I also don't know many things that have been promised with Google Stadia if they actually work at launch. I, for example, would love to see if I could do actually a live stream, for example, to a YouTube channel in the highest freaking possible quality that is available with Google Stadia, 4K 60 FPS, and I just need to connect, for example, my microphone that I have right now here with an app, so I can actually put that through the internet to the Stadia service and mix that together, for example, with the gameplay, so we could dive into, I don't know, Borderlands 3 soon, or at least, some Destiny 2 adventures. Another thing is also, if next week Destiny 2 comes out, where is the actual account, configuration on Bungie.net? Because that's another thing that I was thinking about. Is actually Bungie aware that next week Google Stadia comes out? I have not seen yet where you can log in with Google, for example, to, have your Google account already linked to your Bungie account, and from then on have your, hopefully, cross-save enabled platform also available on Google Stadia, or will this be locked down? We know that actually should be possible, but seriously, I'm still a little bit, confused about that, if that will actually happen, and hopefully it will come out at launch day and not, a few weeks later, because I don't see any reason why I should play, for example, Destiny 2 by then if that's not available yet. One cool side note at least is hopefully Linux gaming people will get, of course, new benefits if games get translated over to the Vulkan Steam Graphics API, because these are much further supported by Steam on Linux, where there's the Steam Play app, which uses of course different kinds of configurations to make games playable, although they're not natively ported, for example, over to Linux yet. And hopefully a game like Destiny 2 will also be made available on Linux Gaming, for example. That would help me at least, because I actually would love to go to Linux main time, but that is a video for another day. And for today, I will just leave it as it is right now. So what do you think about Google Stadia? Will it actually be a flop when it comes out with just 12 games available at launch? How quickly do they have to deliver the other games that they promised so far? And of course, are you even interested? I personally am excited and a bit, weirded out if they will actually come through next week. I have not heard about any delivery time set for my Google Stadia package, so one small side note, guys, I actually just saw on the order page that they say delivered by November 25th. So in 2 weeks, I should probably get my Google Stadia version, just in case you decided it won't do anything on launch day, because I won't be having anything next week when it actually launches. And I ordered actually on June 6th when the pre-order started, so I guess the US folks have the advantage here. So just a side note. So I'm gonna be waiting here and hopefully getting a notification. Definitely be sure to subscribe here, and we'll let you know, of course, how Google Stadia plays, of course, and I hope you have something nice to say back about the technology as well if you're interested. And if you're not, let us know why you're not interested. I mean, maybe the simplest reason is, hey, there's no lag if there's no connection between server and computer, because the game is actually run on my computer, and I very much get that. So it's an interesting time. With next week, we're gonna have a new sort of era starting with one of the biggest players out there in the technology world, bringing video game streaming to us. And I definitely think at least it is worth thinking about it a little bit further than just, seeing how it plays when it actually comes out. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Austin. That was a Noob Byte, and of course, I see you at thenoobbite.com. Bye bye.